Alrighty, we are live. So I'm just going to explain something really quickly in the beginning of this, and that is that the somatic work is work of really being in the perception of your body, in the sensation of your body, in the experience of your body. So it's not looking from the outside in a sort of objectified way or forcing your body into things. So take this class in a somatic way where you're listening in, forming a deeper integrated relationship with within the whole system of your body mind. So that is just my little tiny intro for what somatic work is. It comes from the Greek soma, and I think Thomas Hanna, who is a body worker and movement person, developed the word somatics in like the 70s or something. So that is where that comes from. Don't you like my clarity on that? Let's start with breathing. Inhale, open, stretch out and up. Feel into your body. Feel into the sensation of being you in your body as you're moving. And we're going to imagine that as we inhale, everything is radiating away from center, opening up and growing. And as we exhale, everything's coming back in towards center or toward the planet. Inhale, open, fill up, expand, radiating away from the floor. And exhale, coming back down, coming in for a landing. So we're growing, inhaling, expanding, and then kind of shrinking and just dropping down a little bit on the exhale. Two more. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, soften. Last one. Deep breath in. Open it up. Let's interlace our hands on top, and you're just going to do a side stretch. So I'm opening my feet wider and stretching from side to side. Rib cage, lungs, scapula moving, heart moving. I'm going to let my head go off vertical. So my whole head tail connection is getting this curve from side to side. And then I'm going to squeeze my fingers together and I'm going to circle my arms over my head, letting my scapula move on my back, rib cage, lungs, and heart moving. I'll show you what that looks like on the other side. And maybe your head wants to move a little bit, let it move. So we're not locking down the head. We're fairly stable in the lower body and mobilizing the upper body. Change direction. If you want to be real about it, you could also change fingers. So your non-dominant finger is in front. If you want to get deeper into balancing out your system, try shifting that. Go both ways. I went, yeah. Let your head get into the mix if that feels good. So we're freeing up this whole thoracic area. And then we're going to do circles with our shoulders, mobilizing your scapula on your back. Let them really come up towards your ears and then drop down. And then you're going to go into your elbow. And so I think I call this one undulation. Let a little ripple move through your body. It might not be the biggest ripple, but something going from the floor up. And then reach it out through your arms. Big, expansive waves through the arms, circling through the arms. I'm going to undercurve here, and then I'm going to spiral and open and overcurve. Well, undercurve, come up to the top, spiral, feel that rotation in the rotator cuff, open it out. Palms up. At the top, we spiral out and open. Palms up. At the top, we spiral out and open and relax, let it go. We're not going to go forward with that, but we are going to do one side and then the other. So just the shoulder, shifting your weight a little bit, letting, again, this whole area of ribcage, lungs, heart, shoulder blades move. Freeing up your body, freeing up your head. I just watched this video of a woman teaching people in their 40s and 50s how to dance at a party. And one of the things she did was kind of step touch, and the other one was like this hip dip. So let's do that. Yeah, it was just really funny how to dance at a party and not look like an idiot. That was sort of what the gist of the video was. And I don't know why I clicked on it. I wanted to see what other people were teaching in movement. So free up your pelvis, right? Let's just go in there. Just, it could be side side or it could be a slight figure eight. So we worked in that upper body, now middle to lower body. We're eventually getting to our undulations. Undulations and spirals. So good for our tissues, so good to free up the flow, right? If it's like, oh, how do I do that? Just shift your weight, shift your pelvis from side to side, finding this under curve. Oh, everyone should learn how to shake their booty at some point in their life, preferably early. Then we're going to bend our knees, ripple up, just bending, sending a wave through your body, undulating up to the top. Bend, wave. Doesn't have to be the biggest movement, but something where you feel that connection from the floor to the ceiling. Or maybe you don't feel it. Maybe you feel kind of disjointed. That's okay too. Whether you feel disjointed or not, you aren't. You are connected. Let's go from the head down. So head, chest, tail, head, chest, tail. Letting your spine free up, giving your spine some alternative movement, especially if you sit a lot. This is a great thing to do. Great. And let's come back in and add the spirals, twisting, looking around behind you. So for a long time, I did this exercise. I did 100 of these every morning. I did it again today just to feel into it. I'm like, oh, this is a really good exercise to do, having that twist. If it hurts you to twist, you might want to just make it smaller or kind of take your body with you. So you can go towards the leg, the front leg, or you can also just go away. Lots of ways you can do this, continuing to move. Ongoing, flowing movement. Sometimes we think that all movement is about like, gotta make my muscles and my bones stronger, and these are the way to do it. And that is a way to do it, but this is also going to make your muscles and your bones stronger, your tissues stronger, your fascia stronger. Let's open it up. And why? Because we're demanding different ways of moving on the tissue. Your body forms to what you ask it to do. Cross body, elbow to knee, big side step. Challenge yourself to go further across, further side if you can. And then take it to the back, hand to foot. You can look over your shoulder. Good. And then come in and let's try that wave again. Just gentle ripple up from the floor, up to your head. Doesn't have to be huge. Then we're going to try it head, initiating side to side. Head leads the way, side to side. Maybe there's a little bit of forward backwardness in that, or maybe it's really side side. Giving your spine this chance to readjust itself. If there's any imbalance in there, we're offering all these different ways of moving so that your discs, cushy little cartilaginous marshmallowy discs, can readjust if they need to. And let's come down to our tail, and we're just going to stick out our butt and then curl our spine. Reach your tail backwards, curl. So it's kind of like a standing cat-cow, arch and curl. Really reach with your butt, stick it out, draw it under, reach, hollow and curl, butt out, hollow and curl, reach it back, hollow and curl, reach and hollow and reach and hollow. And we're going to take it down to all fours. We're really going with this undulation theme today. Hey, people in TV land. I will actually check the chat today. So if you want to say anything, say it. Um, Normally I don't check it until the end, but I'll check it in a little while. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees. If you need more padding under your knees, you can always fold up your mat, add a towel. If it hurts to be on your knees, then skip this section, find some other way of doing it. Be creative. So we're just going to start with the cat-cow, rounding and arching. I'm going to curl my toes under. I'm pushing here, and then I'm going to pull with my arms. My elbows are bending slightly, and I'm firing up my lats and my triceps. And then I'm pushing and curling. So it's like I'm pulling on the floor, getting ready to spring, and then I'm pushing and curling. Last one. So now we're going to work with that undulation, tail to head. Tail curls, roll it up to your head. Tail hollow scoop, round, and then reach it out. It might not be the biggest thing in the world right now. Initiating the movement with your tail rounding through your spine, coming out through your head. And your weight may shift forward and backward on this, that is fine. Then we'll go the other way, head to tail. If you're just figuring out tail to head, feel free to stick it there. You might find one is easier than the other. Letting your shoulder blades really mobilize on your back as you're doing this. Good. Let's let that go. Come down to just to give your arms a break, your wrists a break. Push into your forearms and just internally rotate and externally rotate. So it's like this. Open it up, push down. Open it up, push down. We're going to take it open, make a fist, back of the hands to the floor, fold it over. Open, make a fist, back of the hands to the floor, fold. Open. Ideally, you're pushing into your forearms a little bit. This is like from too much typewriter time. This is a little bit of recuperative movement if you spend a lot of time a typewriter, right? On your typewriter, on your keyboard. You can see my age, which I have no shame about. All right, let's, just another thing I wanted to do there. Yes, we're gonna come onto, I'm just gonna do this on an angle. Come onto, let's do it on hands and knees again. You're gonna circle your head around. If your tail wants to get in on the action, then let it move too. So this might be head, tail, big movement, or maybe you're just figuring it out with your head. Any way that it's happening is fine. If it hurts, back off a little bit, make it smaller, change direction other way. Head, tail, circles, pushing with your arms as you go into the curl. Listening to your own body for the size and speed of your movement. Good. And then come in and let's take it down. So all of that stuff was like really spinal stuff, right? Readjusting, not just spine. If we're anytime we're working our spine like that, we're moving our organs around. We're moving all this tissue, all this fascia. Fascia is the organ of form. It is holding the shape of all of your organs. It's like interwoven through your muscles, helping hold shape. Without it, we would be pools, puddles. Let's come onto our backs and just let your knees drop from side to side, massaging through your hips, releasing your lower back. You can turn your head with that if you want. Letting go. Big breath. Let it go. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Soften and melt. Give into the gravitational pull of the earth. You don't have to fight it. You are integrated with it and connected to it. And then start to roll the whole way onto one side and the whole way onto the other side. So massaging through your whole back. Take your time. Imagine you're pouring yourself like a slow moving liquid, like honey from side to side. Sometimes honey it's cold, right? It's really hard. So maybe that's not a great analogy. Warm honey, just flowing from side to side. Letting go. Good. And then let's come in, warming up our hamstrings more. We are going to lift up, circle your hips. I'm going to open my arms out. You could leave them down by your side or anywhere you want them. Big circles. Again, freeing up your spine, freeing up your head tail connection. You're working your back body, but don't think you need to work harder. Work the amount that you need to work to do it. Change direction. And then come in. Let's take our arms up and just internally rotate, externally rotate, spiraling in, spiraling out, in and out. Let's turn our knees in and then knees out. Rotate in, knees touch, rotate out, open. Internal rotation, external rotation. Internal rotation, external rotation. Internal rotation, external rotation, internal rotation, external rotation. Take it down through your spine. And come in for a landing and just jiggle it out. Let yourself soften and melt. Arms up in the air, legs up in the air, shake. Shake and bake. It's so funny the names that people come up with for like advertising and branding, like shake and bake. All right, let's roll back and forth for a second, rounding through your spine, massaging through your back. If that hurts and if it feels like, oh, I really can't do that, just go from side to side. You can always roll from side to side and you'll still be massaging out that tissue. Even though you're doing it slightly differently, it should be helpful. All right, I'm going to grab my ball. Hopefully, you have some kind of weight. There's just certain exercises I feel like give you a lot of bang for your buck. And this is one of them. So I'm going to knock my knees together, turn in my feet, taking my arms, circling around my body. I have an 8-pound ball. You could use a book, a can of something, a bottle of something, a jug of something. So don't feel like you need to go and invest in a bunch of crappy plastic things to do your workout. There's probably something around the house. Be creative. Oh, change direction if you haven't. I changed directions midway through, but I don't think I said anything. Let it go for a second. Just breathe. Turn your head from side to side. Let your cranium drop into the floor. Let your head weight drop. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Soften your eyes in your head. Let your eyes drop back into your head so they're not bulging out, looking at anything. The world may be coming to your eyes and you can receive the vision, but you don't need to make an extra effort. Just imagine that they're resting in your head. Eyeballs relaxed. You can even close your eyes if you want. Actually, let's do that. I'll show you what it's going to be. We're just going to have a quick eye rest for a second. So you're going to rub your hands together, get some heat, get some energy in there. And then when you're ready, cup your hands over your eyes. Melt and soften. We'll just stay here for a couple of breaths. If you want to extend your exhale, you can add the theta breath. It's a soft hiss, like you're releasing steam, like steam is slowly releasing from a radiator. Very gentle and soft. So it's not a hard hiss, it's very soft. And if you feel like it, you could try some micro movement in your spine, just freeing up your inner body, noticing if you're holding tension anywhere and inviting it to let go. Staying there for one more long breath. Wiggling if you need to. Then just have a moment of gratitude for having eyes, having eyeballs that I imagine you're probably watching this video and you can use them in some ways. And if you're just listening to it then and you don't have eyes, then that is your brain is going towards different things. So listening, your ears are your eyes. So anyway, I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but let your eyes be grateful for your eyes. That's it. They're great, right? You have eyes, you can see. Let's take one leg in and one leg out. Just reach. You're going to flex your feet, point your toes, and change. Reach it out. Flex, point, and change. Reach. Flex, point, change. Waking up those feet. Flex, point, change, reach. Flex, point, change, reach. Doesn't have to be your biggest stretch. Just awakening the tissue, getting this changing movement. If you want to put your head on the ground, after I do like a few of those, I'm like, okay, that's enough of holding my head up there. Good. And let's relax that, let it go, shake it out. Circle your wrists and your ankles. As you're circling, start to open them wider. So you're circling open, open, open. Once you hit the open part, you can roll from side to side. I'm going to bend one knee and then the other. Again, just massaging through my lower back, getting a little bit of a twist. Then we're going to circle in and come back up. Hands behind your head. That was your break for your abs. Hands behind your head. Point your toes. Reach it down. Flex to the ceiling. Point. Flex up. Reach it out. Flex. Reach. Flex. Reach. Flex. Extend. Push through your heels. Reach it long. Flex. Imagine your leg is coming out of your ribs. So it's like long, 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 which in some ways kind of is in the sense of the connection of your body, connection of the fascia, connection of the psoas, energetically. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And relax, drop it down. Turn your head again. Free up your whole head tail, shake your butt. Let's see if you can send a little ripple through your body here. So undulating here, like a wave coming up. If you were a belly dancer, you'd be really good at this. There's a guy I follow on Instagram who's a belly dancer who's quite delightful to watch. He's very funny and it's sweet. And the control that he has in his body is impressive. Of course, I can't remember his name, but I bet you, I bet you if you just went for male belly dancers, he would be like prime on the search. He's tall and has dark hair. Okay, let's go the other way, if possible, from head down to tail. So I was doing tail to head, now head to tail. And it might just feel like your belly is doing the work, right? You're moving your gut body. Play into it. Doesn't have to be perfect, just moving that whole wave. Doesn't have to be big, but inviting this undulation into your torso. Yeah, it's definitely easier for me to go down to up, but you could go down to up to down to up to down. Right? When we work that, we're working the connection of our upper and lower body, right? And where our mind is involved in that. So head, heart, belly, all working together to do this movement. Good. Let's let that go. Let's take a happy baby pose. Just wiggle around, free flow your baby, do whatever you got to do. Listen in, imagine that you are a happy, laughing baby and that all your lymph fluid is returning back through, or not all of it, but like that's coming back up and in to go into these subclavian veins back into your heart, filtering through and then out through your kidneys. And let's lower our feet, internally rotate one leg at a time, spiraling in. Let that massage through the hip that you're rolling across and getting all this tissue to internally rotate. When I'm talking about the tissue, that's your tendons, ligaments, muscles. Tendons and ligaments are fascia. Muscles are encased and interdigitated, is that a way of saying it? Interwoven with the muscle. Let's do a big twist, arms out, spiraling, feet up off the floor. Use your arms and your back. Turn your head away from your legs. And then if this feels like you want to take it into a little bit more of a challenge, straighten out your legs. Or not. You can make it easier. Put your feet on the floor. Make it work for you. Listen to your body. What is it today? What do you need today? Don't assume it's the same as every other day, right? Each day is a different day for your body. And let's come in and up, and we'll just do a quick spiral from side to side. So I'm just doing an easy spiral, twisting, looking behind me. So again, spinal movement. Let's add an undulation to the end of that. So we're going to go down and then roll it up, and then head down and scoop out. Take it to the other side, arch to take it down, head to take it up, and then head to go down, arch to come up, open, over to the other side, arching to go down, arch, 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 curl, 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 arch, 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 take it to the other side, arch, 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 curl, 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 arch, arch, arch. One more time. Think of the whole body supporting that movement. So it's not just your spine, it's your core, it's your internal, external obliques, it's all the stuff working together. It's your psoas, everything working together to make this ripple through your body. Arch it down, curl it up, curl it down, arch it up. Last one, arch it down, curl it up, curl it down, arch it up. And let's flip it all the way over, coming onto our bellies on the mat. Bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. Massaging out the front of your quads, relaxing your lower back. Breathe. And then opposite arm to leg. Inhale up, exhale down. Imagine that your body is lengthening and then releasing. So growing up, softening down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And you're not pushing the floor away with one thigh. So I'm not pushing into one thigh to get my leg up higher. I'm just going as high as I can go by lifting without pushing from the other diagonal. Good. And let's take the hands next to our chest, arching up, rounding your spine. Take it back into your child's pose. We're going to dive through. So elbows are going to go out to the side, butt to the ceiling, chest to the floor, coming through, arching, opening, opening, opening. Drop your head, scoop your belly in, round your spine. Take it back to your child's pose. Chest and chin to the floor, elbows to the side, dive through, arch. We're really working with this undulation. Through your spine, take it back. Chest and chin, elbows to the side, dive through. Open it up. Drop your head, chest, belly, tail, curls. Head diving through the chest. Up, up, up. Round your spine. Take it back. Last one. Head reaches through, dive through. Lift it up. That was just a natural lion that came through. We're going to go the other way. You're going to go rounding your spine up and over. Take it down to the floor. Stick out your butt. Reach it back. Drop your head, curl, round it up and over, down to the floor. Tail reaches back. Scoop, up and over to the floor. Tail, push with the arms. Last one. Up and over and reach it back. I know we did more of one direction than the other, but at least we did both directions. All right, a knee thing that has helped me, and that is up and down. You can curl your toes under and not go very far. You're just going to stretch your feet, or you can take it down, press it back up. You can also use your arms as a support, and you can also, giving like a million options, take it back on a hinge, right? One day I'll be going all the way back there and coming back up. I can go all the way down, but if I go down, I'm probably not coming back up. So I want to be working the stretch and muscles working on the stretch, right? So I'm 4 more, 3, 2, last one. I'm going to take it forward, curl my toes under, take it to a downward dog, butt to the ceiling, bend one knee, bend the other. Take one leg up as high as it can go. Poke a hole through the ceiling. We're going to take it forward, knee into your chest. Reach it out. You're going to cross it under, knee to your elbow, crossing. Lift it up, knee to your outer shoulder. You're going to put your foot down. It can go inside or outside of that hand. If you need a block, grab a block. Backstroke. 1, 2, looking at your hand. 3, change direction. 4, and crawl. 1, 2, 3. Take your back knee down. Take it into a quad stretch, another quad stretch, and hamstring stretch. Here, you're gonna windshield wiper your foot. You can also circle your ankle or point and flex. Play with all of those things. Do what feels good. Let your hip move a little bit in the hip socket. Good. And then take it forward, curl your toes under, pop it up, leg to the ceiling. We're just going to pulse it for 8. Going 1, 2, reaching up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are also reaching down with the other leg. Release that leg down, switch it to the other side. Up to the ceiling, knee into your chest, taking it forward. Inhale, poke a hole through the ceiling, cross it under to your elbow. Reach it up, outer shoulder, taking it down, backstroke. 1, 2, 3. Front stroke, front crawl. 1, that's front crawl. 2, 3. Finding that nice movement in your rotator cuff. Back knee down. Take it into this hamstring stretch. You may need blocks. You may need to come up higher. Once you're there, try the windshield wipers. Try circles with your foot. Flex and point. And then taking it back. Oh, sorry, let's do it the way we came. Pick up your back knee, kick up the leg, pulsing for 8. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release it down. And relax for a second. Let's do the outward and inward circles with the hands. So figure 8 in and out. Imagine that your fingers, each tip of your finger is painting the edge of this figure 8. Lemniscate. Let that move through your fingers into your wrist, into your elbow, into your rotator cuff, into your heart and lungs. Let's go a little bit bigger with that. You can open and close. Open, close, open, close. One more. Open and close, and shake it out. I do want to do just regular old push-ups with a knee drop or a knee lift in between. So I distinguish tricep push-ups from being really close, hands close to your body or right under your shoulders, elbows close to your body, to more like pec push-ups as being hands a little wider and elbows going out more. I'm going to do those, the pec push-ups. And I'm going to drop my knees in between each push-up. You can do any version that you want. Let me get into a line so I'm not half on the carpet and half off. Here we go. So I'm going to do a wide push-up, elbows out to the sides, and then knee drop. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. Relax. Let's take it down to our backs on the floor. Actually, not to your backs, to your butt. Take your hands behind you, fingertips pointing back. You're going to push open. So chest is lifting to the ceiling. As if somebody's got a little hook in the front of your ribs pulling up. If it feels good to drop your head back, drop it back. If it doesn't, you can just stay here or look up. Opening the front of the chest. Then you're going to take your hands, fingertips pointing towards your butt, and push through again. And then last one, fingertips pointing out, maybe widen a little, push through again. Good. And now take it down, all the way down to the floor. Relax. Take your arms up and just give them a shake. Let's take your hands. Often, let me show you this way. Interlace your hands. You're going to do a circle on one side, circle on the other. Circle one side, the other. One side, the other. One side, the other. Change the direction if you can. Think of going towards the pinky. Good. And then you're going to change non-dominant hand goes in front, circling towards the thumb on one side and then on the other. So it's like a figure eight. Let your arm follow in whatever way it wants to. And change direction. How can I do this? Pinky. Pinky leads the way. You know, we were made to do a lot of stuff with our hands, to have like dexterity, to sew, to chop, to create things with our hands, like to mold things, to build things. And now most of that's done for us. And so a lot of people are just losing bone density, dexterity, all that kind of stuff. So we want to make sure our hands just don't go off the map of our mind, right? That we have them very much involved. And I say this sometimes. Often when I'm eating, my other hand does a dance. It's just doing its own thing. And I always encourage that extra kind of movement in my body so that like it is sorting out what it needs to do. So I'm eating, my hand is doing a thing, right? Don't ask me. Well, I know because it feels good. That's why I do it. It feels good in my hand and it's giving me like that extra thing. Like it's hard for me just to eat. But if I have the hand going, boom, that sounds weird. But I mean, like, how much do you just eat? And how much do you eat and watch TV or eat and read or eat and do something else? How much distraction do you need when you're eating? That's the question. All right, let's come onto our sides. Pop it up. You can do this if you want to make it easier. Your knees stay bent. Harder here. You could also go here. I like to be here because then I can really open up my body. Circling the top arm. One direction. Follow your hand with your eyes. Feel that nice movement in the rotator cuff. Change direction. If this is hurting in the rotator cuff, make it into a shorter arm, a little chicken arm. Good. And release. Come down. Flip it around to the other side. Pop it up. Big circles or little chicken wing circles. Either way. Look towards your hand if you can. See if you can find your balance there. Change direction. All right, let's come down. Let's open up into a straddle. Got to adjust the costume for the straddle position. Opening your arms outside side. Stretch it up and over to one side. Turn and face your leg. Back to the side. And open, open, open. Other side. Sideways. Here comes Squeaky Beaky. I got to molest him. Turn and face your leg. Back to the side. And open it up. One more time. Sideways. Turn and face your leg. Back to the side stretch. And open. Blossom open on top. Sideways. Turn and face your leg. Sideways. And open. Sometimes stretching just feels so good. If you're not at that point, do a little bit less, make it a little bit smaller. We want to start to try and find like sometimes sensation. We immediately associate it as pain, like, oh, it's too much. But we can also go, oh, that feels kind of good. So start to notice how you're responding to things. Make it so that you're not fighting with yourself as you're working out, right? Maybe you need to do more of something, maybe you need to do less. Make it work for you. Bring it in, give it a bang, rotate in and out. We're going to do a seated hamstring stretch, and then we're going to stand up and do a quad stretch. Take it down. If you need to bend your knees there, go for it. So if your hamstrings feel tight, if your lower back feels tight, just bend a little bit and then slowly, slowly straighten. Then you can think of pushing into the floor, like actively pushing into the floor with your hamstrings, and then let it go. So you can come up to a bent knee position, surrender, straighten it out, and then actively push the floor away. And then relax, let it go. Third time. Draw it in, stretch it out, push down, and relax. Good. And then coming up onto your legs. We're going to do, before we do the quad stretch, we're just going to open wide, bend one knee, then the other, shift your weight from side to side, let it go, let yourself hang, feel your spine freeing up. So here, a little undulation from side to side, from your tail to your head. And then slowly roll it all the way up, coming up to stand. Let me get my cameraman on that. There we go. Thank you. And you can use the wall. If you don't need to use the wall, don't use the wall. It's really up to you. Heel in towards your butt and stand in front of the dark wall. If you are kind of tight, you may need to bend a little bit. Maybe it's not all, maybe you can't quite grab your foot or ankle. You can always grab your sock, your pant leg, something else. From here, I'm just going to internally rotate and externally rotate that leg, just slightly in and out, in and out, in and out. Then I'm going to kick it back. I'm not going for full dancer right now. Release it, shake it out. Just feel the difference between the two sides. Take it to the other side. Where to go? Here. Heel into your butt. Rotate a little in and out. In and out. In and out. And in and out. Kick it back. And release. Let it go. Give it a shake. Shake your head. Shake it all out. Shaking great for your nervous system, right? Letting go of tension. Make some sound. See if you can free up your face. Ah, bouncing, releasing. We're going to inhale, open, stretch up to the gods and to the goddesses. And exhale, bend your knees, drop it down, relax your head, relax your neck. Inhale, lift and open. Up, exhale, drop it down and soften. And last one, inhale, lift it up and exhale, drop it down. And then just roll it up through your spine, rolling, 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 coming up to the top. All right, that is that. That is it for today. Coming in at 45 minutes. Hot dog. So if you are there in TV land, thank you for joining. If you ever want to be in the Zoom room, reach out to me on my website, www.lauravward.com. And yeah, our Zoom room is pretty small, so you might be up for that. Hey there, you're welcome. Hey, we got both of you in there today. Yeah. Hey, Ala. Hey, Corey. Oh, I'm super up for that. Just remind me at the beginning. So probably Saturday, if you're here Saturday, we'll do a chair class. We'll start it out. I know that Linda likes the chair class too. So yes, feel free to join in on Saturday at 9:30. Thank you. Thank you.